I didn't expect.
A miracle?
Just a little concern. Maybe a phone call during the day.
A phone call would have been so nice.
Hey, how's your day going? Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll order you a pizza and you can sit on the couch with the kids and watch some baseball. Something like that. Nothing major.
Hey, how's your day going? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Maybe I'll stop by the store and get you a carton of Chunk Monkey. Something like that. Sound familiar? It does if you're a marriage counselor. They're used to couples spinning their wheels as they spin their tails, husband and wife so entrenched in their individual point of view that even the most astute counselor cannot stop or slow down the spin. The reality is only the couple can do that, and they can do it even on their lonesome, because it doesn't take a certificate on the wall to fix your marriage. What does it take? Well, that's what I'm going to tell you. And I don't need a couch or a notepad or even your husband to do it.
You and me, we could be on top of the world.
Counseling definitely has its place in the marriage business, and a good one is worth his weight or her weight in gold. However, counseling is not for everyone. In fact, studies show that as much as 75% of the time, couple counseling has little to no effect. There are a lot of reasons why, but the primary one is that too many sessions with warring couples end up as out of control as a ship that's lost its ballast in a storm, with a counselor who can say little more in the end than, well, we've clarified some of the issues, haven't we? Which just means they've put into psychological terms the stuff the couple already knew they were doing. So yes, husband and wife probably know what they are doing, but they don't know what they are doing to each other. And I can guarantee, after working with thousands of families all over the world, that very few of us know why we are doing what we're doing to each other. And that's the real issue. A lot of us end up in the counselor's office not because we have some uniquely complex relationship issue, some problem that is so unsolvable unless we have professional intervention. No, most of us end up in the counselor's office because we don't know what we're doing.
If she had done that, I would have scrubbed the floors for her when I got home.
I would have done something drastic for him, given him a back rub.
I would have bought her a gallon of Ben & Jerry's.
I would have ordered him a gourmet pizza. But as it was,
we weren't even
talking. I couldn't believe how selfish he was. Most of us did not go to college to get a degree in marriage or relationships, including a lot of therapists, actually, who've just kind of picked up marriage counseling as a sideline, believe it or not. Even so, with little to no experience or training or education, most of us just expect, we're going to get along fine once we're married, and so will our partner. We're going to make those on our feet kind of choices about how to feel, how to react, how to respond. We're just going to make the right choices, all the while projecting our view about how those things should be done on our partner, with little to no accommodation for his biology, his brain, or his background, his otherness. Now, step back a minute. Just imagine if you did understand those things, or at least a lot more than you do right now. What power you would have. I'm telling you, you could, with the right knowledge, you could be one of those women who you've probably assumed up until now never went to the counselor's office because they just married the right guy. Get this. On a tour of the Louvre Museum in Paris many years ago, I learned that the Mona Lisa took over 40 years to create. That is, It took consummate Renaissance man Leonardo da Vinci that 40 years to become expert enough to craft what many art historians consider the world's greatest painting. One of the myths about really successful people is that they are somehow just naturally talented. Well, granted, we all are born with gifts, but there's so much evidence that we can develop any talent that we really have the opportunity to explore and that we put our mind and heart to. Think Leonardo. The world considers him the most talented man in history. And yet you and I now know that it took years, even decades of concerted study and practice for him to earn that reputation. Fixing or rebuilding or crafting relationships isn't much different than that. It is very much like an art form. And artistry connotes a unique flair, a stroke of genius, mastery. But artistry also connotes persistence, patience, practice, and preparation. As the miraculous Michelangelo put it, if people knew how hard I worked to get my mastery, it wouldn't seem so wonderful at all. So as much as we'd like to believe that real love, that lasting love, deep, multi-layered love, is a force of nature, God, serendipity, or a counselor's office, it's just not true. As chief cook and bottle washer, Felix Unger tells his housemate Oscar in Neil Simon's The Odd Couple, you have to make gravy. It doesn't come.
Because you've got to make gravy. It doesn't come.
Though you'd probably prefer to skip the gravy making and just pick the perfect bottle right off the shelf. Kidding yourself that way leaves you very vulnerable. Wide brushstrokes and bold colors are very exhilarating to begin with. But relationships that demand too much, too fast, gloss over the details and forfeit the personal education and preparation. And those kind of relationships just end up with all the dimension and perspective of a finger painting. Think about it this way. How much time and energy do women spend in angst over their relationships with men? How much brain function is wasted on distrust, negativity, and self-pity? How many resources go down the drain with divorce? In a carefully crafted marriage, on the other hand, a woman grows rich day by day, ascending the stairway of life with confidence, free to create to her heart's content, to plan ahead, to pace herself through each stage of womanhood, and to make the most of her talents and ambitions. To experience personal development and freedom then as a married woman. Crafting a successful relationship is a talent worth acquiring. My own marriage over 40 years has gone from finger painting to masterpiece. How did our luck change? Well, I remember it clearly. And it was only 4 days away from divorce court when I realized that if I was going to have an artisan marriage, then I needed to dump dumb luck rather than my husband and become a Leonardo myself. Becoming an artisan of relationships with the goal of crafting a masterpiece marriage, a legacy love, well, that requires intentional mentorship and education more than a counselor's office. So that's why I would love to be your marriage mentor and educator. And you can start just by subscribing to this channel. And you can sign up for my free upcoming live masterclass, Understanding Your Husband and Sons, where I will pull back the curtain on his brain, his body, and his emotional underbelly. It's as enlightening as it is eye-popping. Save your seat by using that link in the description box below. As always, I am so happy to be your wife-saver. See you next time.
Do you know what she said?
That he was
Sorry for misreading the situation. I should have been
more
more
sensitive to how you must have felt
at the end of the day.
I
I love
you.